Hey guys, and welcome to our practice today. Our focus today is going to be on our hips. Your hips are another place that hold a lot of tension in your body, so if you're feeling stressed, it can be really good to stretch out your hips to be able to relax. So that's what we're going to do today, and we're going to start in a seated position. So find a position that's comfortable for you, whether it's just cross-legged, half lotus, with one leg on top of the other, or whatever feels most natural right now. Rest your hands on your knees, roll your shoulders back and away from your ears, and take your eyes closed. Start to engage your Ujjayi breath by inhaling deep through your nose and exhaling also through your nose. As you start to breathe, allow yourself to create a rhythm for your practice and a pace that will carry throughout your practice as well. We'll take a few more deep breaths. Good. So I like to take kind of that inventory of how your hips are feeling. So from here, you're going to inhale, reach your arms up, and exhale, plant your hands in front of you and walk them forward. You might move a couple of centimeters, or you might be able to walk your hands all the way out and take a seated forward fold. So stay here for just a few moments. Gently walk your hands to the right side of your mat. Place your left hand over your right and allow the back of your neck to be long. Gently walk your hands to the left corner of your mat. Place your right hand over your left and fold. Good. Walk your hands back up through center. And again, just kind of think about how your hips are feeling. Maybe they're feeling tight, or maybe you're just feeling stressed and you don't realize that there's a lot of tension in your hips right now. And hopefully they'll feel better by the end of this practice. Let's make our way into an all fours position. And from there, you're going to extend your right leg back and your left arm forward. And you're going to inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring your elbow towards your knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. Move through this a few more times. Just start to warm up your joints. On your next inhale, you're going to extend and hold. And you might take this option where you bend your right leg, reach back for the top of your foot, and then kick your foot into your hand. So you should feel a nice tug through the front of your chest as well as the front of your hip. Good. Gently release and replace your hand and your knee. Now, left leg extends back, right arm extends forward, and exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend, and exhale, get nice and small. Move through this, following your breath. On your next inhale, you're going to hold. You might just stay here, or you might reach back for the top of your left foot and then kick your foot into your hand. Maybe look forward with your drishti. This one's a little bit of a balance, so if it's wobbly, maybe look down at your hand. Good. Gently release and extend and exhale. exhale, replace your hand and your knee down on the mat. Curl your toes under and move into your very first downward facing dog of the practice. Feel free to pedal out your feet and start to even move your hips from side to side. When you're ready, gently tiptoe to the top of your mat. Bring your hands to your shins, lengthen, and exhale, fold forward. Now soften your knees and roll up one vertebrae at a time. Now we're just going to take one more quick inventory of how our hips are feeling. So take your feet hip width apart, bring your hands to heart center, and just slowly drop down. You might get to here and your hips say no more. You might be able to drop a little bit lower and bring your elbows to the inside of your knees and really press your hips open. So once again, just take that mental inventory of how your hips are feeling right now. So a few more moments here. Maybe you're still. Maybe you put a couple of books underneath your hips, or you have your hands supporting you. Good. Now plant your hands and heel toe your feet back together. Soften your knees. And let's roll up to a standing position, ready for our hips yoga flow. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open your mouth. Exhale like a sigh. Sun salutation A. Inhale, sweep your arms up, palms press. Exhale, fold, look towards your knees. Inhale, hands to shins, gaze forward. Exhale, plant your hands, step or jump back, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog or child's pose. Feel free to pedal out your feet again. Good. Eventually we all meet back in the downward facing dog position. As you inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend your knees, prepare. Inhale, step or jump to the top of your mat. Hands to shins, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Now deep inhale, sweep your arms up, palms press. Exhale, Samasthiti. Deepen your breath. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold, look towards your knees. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog or child's pose. We're here for 5. Make your way into your downward facing dog, and on your inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend your knees, prepare. Inhale, step or jump to the top of your mat. Hands to shins, lengthen as you inhale. Exhale, fold, look towards your knees. Now, deep inhale, sweep your arms up, palms press. Exhale, Samasthiti. Deepen your breath even more. Arms up. Exhale, fold. Look towards your knees. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, Chaturanga. Deep inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog or child's pose. We're here for 5. wherever you are, make your way into your downward facing dog. On your inhale, push into your mat, lengthen. Exhale, bend your knees, prepare. Inhale, step or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Now, deepest inhale yet. Sweep your arms up, palms press. Open your mouth, audible exhale. Samasthiti. Now, moving on to Surya Namaskara B. Bend your knees. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Chaturanga. Good, deep inhale. Keep sipping your air in as you look up. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Now, your right foot is going to shoot forward between your hands. Left foot swivels down. Inhale, Warrior One. And exhale, plant your hands, shoot your foot back, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now right away, left foot shoots forward. Deep inhale, Warrior One. Plug your fingertips to the sky. And exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog or child's pose. If you'd like to, you can take your feet wide and walk your hands back and into that low squat. So this can be, instead of doing your downward facing dog, opening up the hips just a little more. You might choose to take the right hand down. As you drop your right hand down, the right shoulder drops towards the inside of your right knee, and the left arm can peel up. Use your breath to switch sides. So exhale, left hand down, left shoulder drops to the inside of your knee. Inhale, right arm up. Good. Gently replace your hands. Everybody meet in your downward facing dog. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend your knees, prepare. Inhale, step or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, sweep your arms up. Utkatasana. Exhale, Samasthiti. Once more, deep inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen as you gaze forward. Exhale, Chaturanga. Deep inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right away, right foot shoots forward between your hands. Inhale, Warrior One. Exhale, open up to Warrior Two. So, we're going to take a posture that we've done before and take it a step higher or more advanced. So, you're going to exhale, right elbow to right knee, left arm reaches up. This is your modification that you'll stay at. Now, if it seems like a good idea, if it's in your practice, you're going to move into the bind by taking the right arm down and underneath your leg. The left arm reaches behind, and you might find the bind. That means your hands are gripping each other. Now, if you're able to find the bind, you might move into Bird of Paradise. So you do that by taking a big step to the top of your mat. The bind is still intact. Come up onto your right toes. And on an inhale, you're going to stand up. With the bind still intact. Maybe. And then maybe, I'm going to try and turn. Maybe you'll try. It's not working out for me today. It's okay. It happens. So in Bird of Paradise, once you can stand, you might try to also extend the leg, which is obviously not happening for me today. So let's start to unwind. We'll meet in our modification. And exhale, windmill both hands down. Take Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now right away, left foot shoots between the hands. Right heel down. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, open up to warrior two. We're gonna try that again on the left side. So, left elbow to left knee, right arm up. This might be where you stay, and that's great. If you'd like to, you can maybe move into the bind by taking your left arm underneath the leg and then finding the bind. If you want to try Bird of Paradise, you're going to take a large step forward with your right foot, and on an inhale, stand up, and then maybe try to extend the leg that's bound. So go ahead and try it out if the bind is working out for you. When you're finished, gently unwind. Back to the modification. And exhale, plant your hands, take Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog or child's pose. We're here for 5. Good. We're going to meet in your downward facing dog. On your inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend your knees, prepare. Inhale, step or jump to the top of your mat. Lengthen. Exhale, fold. Now, bend your knees. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Samasthiti. We're moving on. Bend your knees, inhale, Utkatasana. We're gonna stay here for just a moment. Now you're going to take your right ankle and place it just above your left knee. Hands come to heart center and drop down a little bit more, and you'll start to feel a nice tug in your right glute. This might be where you stay for the next few moments. If you'd like to go deeper, you can try to place your elbows down on your knee and your ankle. If you'd like to take this into an arm balance, you might hook your elbows in front of your shin, plant the hands, and maybe find the arm balance while also getting a hip stretch. So it's a win-win. Let's eventually meet back in our little half squat. Inhale, back to standing. Exhale, release, roll out your ankles, take a little break, and we'll move on to the other side. So take a soft bend in the knees, place your left ankle above your right knee, hands come to heart center, and then drop into that little half squat. So maybe you stay here. Maybe you take it a little bit deeper by taking your elbows down, one on your knee, one on your ankle, trying to keep your chest upright. Maybe you go for an arm balance and hook your elbows in front of your shin, plant your hands, lean forward, and maybe it happens. Maybe it doesn't. Whatever happens is just fine. We'll meet back in our little squat. Inhale to standing. Exhale, release. Roll out your ankles and meet at the top of your mat. On your inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen, gaze forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now, from here, you're going to inhale the right leg up to the sky. Exhale, bend your knee, open your belly to the side wall. We're going to stay here. Try to find a nice stretch through the front of your hip. Good. Gently come back through to center. Extend your leg up and exhale. Sweep your right foot in between your hands into a runner's lunge. Now from here, you're going to plant both hands on the inside of your foot and we're moving into lizard. This might be your lizard position and that's great. So you should be feeling this in the front of your left hip and also in your right hip. And if you want to move deeper, you might bend through the elbows. You might gently drop to your elbows. I also like to place my knee down on the mat, but it's just a matter of preference. We'll move through a couple of variations here, but I want you to find the variation that feels the best for you, where you can breathe and just feel a nice stretch through your hips. So you might stay here. You might allow the right foot to roll onto its side, and then take the right hand to the knee and gently exhale and press the knee out. Good. If this feels nice, you might stay here. If you'd like an additional quad stretch, you're going to come back to that position and place your left knee down, and then the right arm is going to reach back for the top of the left foot. This can be pretty intense, and it can also be a little bit painful on your knee, so you might want to stack your mat or roll your mat so that it's a little more cushioned beneath your knee. The birds sound nice. Good. Gently release. Plant your hands and meet in that runner's lunge with your hands on the inside of your foot. From here, we're going to swivel so that the heel comes to the mat, the toes come up. You might support yourself with your hands and press your knee open, or if your flexibility allows, you might drop your hips down and bring your hands to heart center. So if this isn't happening for you, use your hands to support yourself, and eventually you might be able to get the hips low. If you are here and you're feeling okay, you might drop the right shoulder, press it against the inside of your knee, right hand plants on the mat, and open up your chest. Or you might even try a bind here by wrapping your right arm around the outside of your leg, left arm reaches behind, and maybe your hands find each other. Maybe they don't. Let's gently unwind. Plant your hands, move back to your runner's lunge. Shoot your foot back and take chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now other side, left foot floats up to the sky. Exhale, bend your knee, open your belly to the side of the room. Feel a nice stretch through your side body and also through the front of your hip. Inhale, back through to center, left leg extends tall. And exhale, sweep your left foot in between your hands into the runner's lunge, and then place both hands on the inside of your left foot. So from here, we're moving into lizard. This might be your lizard position, that's great. Other options are to gently bend your elbows to increase the stretch, or maybe gently come to the elbows. I like to also place my knee down on the mat, just kind of a matter of preference. I'm going to move through the same variations as last time, but again, try to match what you did on the other side, but also find the position that feels the best. So I start by rolling out onto the side of my left foot, and then gently pressing the left knee out and open. Especially breathing into those exhales when I push. You might stay here. Another option is to replace the foot, plant the hands, and then left arm reaches back this time for the top of your right foot. So this one can be a little intense on your quad, so if you can't find your foot, it's okay. Let's gently release. Plant your hands on the inside of your foot. Come back to your runner's lunge. And now we're going to take the right heel down to the mat, swivel a little bit so that the toes come up to the sky. You might be planting your hands and supporting yourself, or you might be able to drop the hips down nice and low. So whether you're supporting yourself or down low, just feeling a nice opening through your hips. You might take the left shoulder to the inside of your knee, left hand down, right arm up. Or if you want to look for the bind, your left arm goes behind, your right arm goes looking for it, and maybe they find each other. Let's gently start to unwind, plant your hands, shoot your foot back, take Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. From here, feel free to pedal out your feet. And we're now going to make our way into a seated position on your mat. Now, what we're going to move through next is kind of a series or progression of hip stretches. So once you feel like you get to your max or the deepest stretch you can, go ahead and stay there, and if we keep moving on, just stay where you are nice and happy. So I don't want you to go too far and hurt yourself. So just listen to your body, listen to your hip. We're going to start with the right leg. You're going to place your ankle just above your knee, and you're gently pressing down on the knee with your hand or your elbow. You might notice as you lean forward, you're also going to feel a nice hip stretch. So this is kind of like level 1. If you're already feeling it a lot in your hip right now, go ahead and stay here. However, you might bend the left leg and then scoot your hips close to your heel, flex the right foot, maybe take gentle rocks. So the closer your heel is to your glute, the more challenging it is to stay upright, so try to keep your chest tall. So this is like the next level of hip stretch. We're going to keep moving. If this feels nice, go ahead and stay here. Otherwise, you're going to extend the left leg again and take your right foot into the crease of your elbow and the knee into the crease of your other elbow. Interlace your fingers and then rock the baby. So we're just taking it nice and easy. Nothing too crazy, right? So from here on out, there's actually a really wild arm balance called Crazy Eights that we're working up to. If you're interested in trying out this arm balance, try to keep moving into these hip stretches. And if you're not, just find a hip stretch that feels nice and stay there. So if you'd like to keep moving on, you're going to reach underneath your leg and try to bring your hands to heart center. If you'd like to move deeper, you're going to bring your big toe to your third eye, or just between your eyebrows. Try to bring your foot to your head and not the other way around. If you can't reach, it's fine. See, I'm not quite there, but still feeling a nice stretch. And then the last one is to try and use your foot as a cell phone. I can't quite get it, but the idea is just getting that hip nice and open. And this is how we move into crazy eight. So from this position, you're actually going to try and sling your leg kind of over your shoulder like a backpack strap. However, even if you can't do that, as long as your leg is above your elbow joint, this posture can still work. So from here, as long as the leg is above your elbow joint, you're still okay. You're going to cross your ankles, plant your hands, and in one motion, you're going to lean forward, shoot your legs out, and bend your elbows. So lean, shoot, and bend into crazy eights. Now, if that did not happen the first time, then you're normal. Don't worry. So if you want to try that again, go ahead, pause the video, rewind it, watch it again. We're going to do the other side. So wherever you are, extend both legs out. Shake out your knees. And everybody place your left ankle just above your right knee. Let's take a nice deep Ujjayi breath. Come back to your rhythmic breath. Inhale. And exhale. Now, you probably know where your limit is now, so we're going to move through these a little bit faster than last time, since it's not the first time you saw them. So maybe you gently press on your knee, maybe you gently lean forward. Otherwise, you're going to move deeper by planting your right foot and then scooting your hips towards your heel. The closer you can get your heel to your glute, the more intense the stretch is going to be on your hip. You might gently rock from side to side. You might stay here. You might take your foot and your knee into the crease of your elbow, interlace your fingers, and rock the baby. As long as you're getting a good hip stretch, then you're doing the right thing. It doesn't have to look a certain way. Awesome. Now you might stay here. However, if you're interested in crazy eights, we're going to try it again on this side. If you want, you're going to reach underneath your leg, bring your hands to prayer. See how that feels. And then you might try to bring your big toe to your third eye. Again, bring your foot towards the third eye, not the other way around. Even if it doesn't reach it, don't force it. Just see what happens. And then maybe you try to use your foot as a cell phone. Just kind of warming up the hip. And now, if you want to try crazy eights, as long as your leg is above your elbow, it will work, so don't lose hope. So I'm going to kind of sling my leg over my arm, and then I'm going to cross my ankles. In one fluid movement, I'm going to lean, shoot my legs out to the side, and bend my elbows. So lean, shoot, bend. Oh. So again, if you want to keep trying that, then you can pause and try it again. However, I would caution you from getting too attached to the posture. Come back tomorrow, try it again. It's not the end of the world. So let's gently come out of the hip stretch, plant your feet, and rock your knees from side to side. Give yourself a break. We're going to start slowing down just a little bit more. So cross your ankles, plant your hands in front of you, take Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. From here, inhale, right foot floats to the sky. Exhale, bend your knee, draw giant circles with your knee. Good, as big as you can, try to loosen up your hip. Switch directions. Good, inhale, extend your right leg nice and tall. Exhale, sweep your knee in between your hands. And we're preparing for pigeon. So, the closer your heel is to your hip, it's a little bit easier. The further out your leg is and the closer it is to being parallel to the top of your mat, the more intense it is. So from here, I like to inhale, lengthen, and look up. And as you exhale, gently walk your hands forward and into your version of pigeon. So this is going to look different for everyone. You might be supporting yourself on your hands. You might be able to come to your elbows, or you might be able to reach even deeper. So we're going to stay here for about 10 breaths. I want you to, especially on your exhales, allow yourself to ease and relax a little bit deeper into this posture, and send your breath and your energy into the right hip. Just let your right hip know that everything's going to be okay. Stay here for 3 more breaths. However, I want your last 3 breaths to exhale out of the mouth. And as you do so, I want you to actually feel yourself melt a little bit deeper into your mat, into your posture. And I want you to surrender, let go of any tension in your shoulders, in your neck, and in your hip. As you make your way out of pigeon, move slowly. Now from here, you're going to sweep your left leg all the way around and take your left foot to the outside of your right leg. Inhale, right arm up to the sky, and exhale, hook your right elbow on the outside of your knee. Inhale to sit up taller, and exhale, twist and look behind you. We're going to be here for 5. Good, inhale, look forward. Exhale, release your arms, plant your hands on the right side of your mat. We're going to do yoga break dancing. You've got this. So plant your hands on the right side of your mat, come up onto your toes, spin all the way around, and you will eventually meet in that same posture that we were just in on the other leg. Inhale, extend your left arm up to the sky, and exhale, hook your left elbow on the outside of your right knee. And on your next inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, twist, and look over your right shoulder, where we will stay for 5 counts. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, release your arms. Now your right leg is going to sweep all the way back, and you're going to set up for your pigeon posture on your left side. So square your hips off to the front of your mat. Make any adjustments you need to. Inhale, lengthen and look up. And exhale, walk your hands forward and into your version of pigeon. So maybe you'll realize that one side is a little bit tighter or looser than the other. So just be forgiving with yourself. Allow yourself to make any modifications. Or do whatever you need to do to find your best stretch in this posture. We'll be here for about 10 breaths. Stay here for 3 more breaths, except for your last 3 breaths, you're going to exhale out of your mouth and melt even deeper into your pigeon posture. Release any tension in your shoulders. Breathe into your left hip and just surrender. Gently move out of this posture. Plant your hands on your mat. Curl your right toes under. Inhale, sweep your left leg all the way up and back. Exhale, bend your knee. Draw giant circles with your knee. Switch directions. Now replace your feet. Take your feet to the edges of your mat. Toes point off to the side. Walk your hands back. And let's move back into our low squat that we did at the beginning of our yoga flow today. And maybe just notice how your hips are feeling now. Maybe take gentle rocks. Let your hips know that they did a good job today, because they did. You guys did great. From here, you're going to plant your hands, walk your way back into your downward facing dog, and then however you would like to get there, make your way to a seated position. And once again, we're going to revisit those postures we did at the beginning of class. Inhale, arms extend up. Exhale, walk your hands out in front of you into a seated forward fold. Head hangs heavy. Walk your hands to the right corner of your mat. Place your left hand over your right. Good. Gently walk your hands to the left corner of your mat. Place your right hand over your left. Lengthen through the back of your neck. Gently walk your hands to center and back up. And from here, you're going to gently make your way onto your back. From your back, you're going to plant your feet underneath your knees and just take your arms out into a T. Take your knees from side to side. We're going to do one last hip stretch before we finish our flow today. And it's pretty similar to some of the postures we've done. Plant your left foot on the mat and take your right ankle just above your left knee. You're going to reach through and behind your left knee. You might interlace your fingers. If you'd like to take this deeper, You can interlace your fingers in front of your left knee and maybe use your elbow to press your right knee open. You might take gentle rocks from side to side. Make sure your right foot is flexed to protect your knee. You might even take an optional spinal twist here. Let's gently release and switch sides. So plant your right foot down. Left ankle is just above your right knee. You're going to reach through and interlace your fingers behind your right knee. Or if you are able to, you can move deeper by interlacing your fingers in front of your right knee. Maybe use your left elbow to press your knee open. Maybe take gentle rocks. Whatever feels nice. Good. You might take that spinal twist, or you might release and extend your legs down below you, arms down by your side, palms face up, and take our final resting posture, Shavasana. As you sink deeper into Shavasana, release your Ujjayi breath and allow yourself to be still. Feel free to press pause on this video and continue with a nice long Shavasana. When you're ready, draw in a deep breath through your nose. Open your mouth, exhale like a sigh. Deeper this time, inhale, lift your chest and belly. Open your mouth, exhale. Continue to wake up your breath in this way. Maybe gently wiggle your toes and your fingers. Roll your wrists and your ankles. Eventually, on a deep inhale, you're going to extend your arms all the way up above you. Take a full body stretch. And exhale, hug your knees in towards your chest. And option to keep your eyes closed as you slowly make your way into a comfortable seated position at the top of your mat. Take as long as you need to get there. We'll meet in a comfortable position and end our practice today by taking a couple of breaths together. When you're ready, you can join in. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Deepen your breath. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your deepest inhale today. 4, 3, 2, 1. Open your mouth. Exhale. Hands to heart center. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste. I hope you guys enjoyed that practice. I hope your hips are feeling a little bit better, and I'll see you next time.